Welcome to another episode of our series, Engineering the Future of Finance. Every day there are trillions of dollars and euros moving through the global capital market system. Have you ever wondered what's behind that? We as Deutsche Börse Group provide critical infrastructure that makes all of this happen. We are the engineers of the capital market. I'm very excited to be here today with Thomas Book. He's responsible board member for trading and clearing at Deutsche Börse Group. Thomas's portfolio comprises a very broad area of different activities. That's on the one hand side trading venues in all sorts of asset classes, from cash equities to derivatives to also commodities and FX. But on the other side also, besides the trading venues, with clearing, a critical step around safeguarding and therefore living up to our own ambition of creating trust in the markets for today and tomorrow. We always claim for ourselves that we are the engineers of the capital market. So what makes you an engineer of the capital market, Thomas?
Thank you very much, Stephan. Great to be here speaking about the business. And I have to say, I'm here for almost 30 years now. I felt it was always a privilege. I feel we are really architects of markets. Trading and clearing, I think, is at the core of Deutsche Börse's business model. And we create what's essentially important: price discovery and risk management, directly contributing to the role that capital markets play in the overall real economy. And there Deutsche Börse is an independent, neutral provider, and all our venues in the various sectors are leading venues that provide for daily price discovery and also risk management. And above all, when I started, I saw the revolution that electronic trading created to many of the traditional floor exchanges. We are a real technology company, so we are safeguarding the daily operations with very resilient and also technology leading trading and clearing systems. And all of this makes me really proud and gives us a really strong purpose as a company with a huge impact to the broader economy and also financial community, and that makes us real engineers of capital markets, I think.
Great to have you for that. Let's dive into some of our topics now. One of them is clearly what have been the highlights. What are the elements that you feel have most shaped the development of trading venues, but also on the risk management side?
Yeah, let me give you some examples. I think risk management has become really the backbone of our business, creating resilience that we've also seen since the financial crisis. And I think there in particular Eurex, as one of the leading global derivatives exchanges and the market leader in Europe, plays a key role. It has done so when we moved the Bund future back here to Frankfurt based on our proposition of electronic trading. And again, now after Brexit, there is an agenda to shift back some of the euro-denominated outstanding fixed income exposure back to the sort of oversight of the European Central Bank. And there again, Eurex Clearing, with the initiative of Euro Clearing, has a crucial role to play and directly contributes to that agenda. But also in the other businesses that we operate in trading and clearing, such as EEX, which is the European Energy Exchange, one of the leading power markets globally, directly contributes to sort of the real economy transformation by providing power and gas trading and making sort of the volatility of renewable energy hedgeable on our markets, with providing price discovery in these markets. And these functions directly, I think, contribute to many of the transformations that we are currently challenged with, and I'm proud that in the various businesses we therefore have a crucial role to play. So I think there are examples where really we can be proud of having a direct impact also on the real economy, and I think that gives us also a strong purpose and a strong passion that we see within the teams.
One of the strong passions that you often refer to is around building strong markets in Europe. You already mentioned the role we play to provide additional autonomy, independence within Europe and the continent after the Brexit developments. What are some of the other trends that you see for the European capital markets, and why are you confident, or are you confident, that the strengthening journey that we've seen over the last few months will continue into the future?
I think the starting point, and you also are a strong advocate there is, if we look at Germany and at Europe, capital markets are underdeveloped in comparison to the economic strength that we have as a bloc with the 450 million consumers that we have, with also our economic role, if we compare that to the US or Asia. So activating more private capital is of crucial importance for innovation and for growth. Again, their financial markets and also Deutsche Börse can make a great contribution. Also, we need to complete the savings and investment union in Europe. We need to integrate our capital markets. They are far too fragmented on many venues, and strengthen public price discovery. All of this will directly contribute to also growing our real economy, providing funding to start-up businesses, to new companies, and that is really crucial. So there's a strong tie and a strong impact also that we have and can have on the real economy.
It's one of the elements that really drives us day in, day out. It's a contribution to, on the one hand side, the savings, the build-up of wealth across many of retail investors, but also on the other side, the company financing for innovation, scale-ups. Now, what is a big change for Europe is that so much of its money up to now has not been invested in high-yielding or higher-yielding asset classes, into equities, even into bonds. Often term deposits are the prevalent sort of savings mechanism.
There are striking numbers on this. In the report to the European Union, it was said 33 trillion euro are on savings account, are not really sort of invested in as risk capital. And I think there are strong levers that we can have to activate more private investment. One of the strongest hurdles is to work on reforms for the pension system in Germany, but also in other European countries. And there are real showcases of how you can make a difference. If we look into Scandinavia, where so it's a regular investment of 2.5% in equity funds that also goes into startup companies. We saw it in Japan, where after creating sort of a tax sort of freed savings account for private investors, since 2024, more than 6 million accounts have been opened. So there are these levers that we need to use in Germany. The discussions are ongoing. We hope that really we find better ways to invest our capital to drive growth and innovation through pension reforms, but also through some of the reforms in the savings and investment union that are currently being discussed. I think we take great optimism, and I personally as well, that really the sense of urgency is there. There's also an agreement that something must happen. So now it is about finding the right steps to execute.
You sound very optimistic. You're an optimistic person. That's what I really admire. It's very important. And as markets continue to change, the safety of the infrastructure, the reliability is always a big part of how Deutsche Börse has looked, and that sort of legacy, that heritage all of you are taking forward. Why don't we close on some more personal comments, if I may, and touch a bit on the two versions, as we always do. What is your preference between the two? On the one hand side, if you go on vacation, is it more the beach or is it more the adventure trip with the lions and gazelles?
That is certainly more the adventure trip. I'm not a good person to be on the beach and to be not moving a lot. So I would certainly prefer adventure always. And discovery.
Then the other piece is very fresh. We're just in early October, so it's the season for Oktoberfest and many of the events. So the music tune is more the Oktoberfest sound, or it's more the rock concert?
I have to confess, I'm more into rock and more into sort of the classic rock sounds. Also used to play guitar, so I love that much more, I would say. Although, of course, it's a great festive atmosphere to have the Schlager played.
That's great to hear. And then between the technology choices, it's more the passive streaming, or it's more the gamer and with the kids live on screen?
No, I'm not good at gaming, so I would probably be more the
better streamer.
The streamer.
Okay.
The streamer, sort of being in the modern streaming world.
Thank you very much, Thomas. It's very exciting to hear. I think it's such an important part of how markets really work, to learn about the price discovery and what's changing there. And on the other side, how the risks can be managed in these environments, because it's enormous volumes, which brings us back to the main theme of our sort of episodes, which is around these enormous volumes, trillions of euros that are traveling through the financial system. And what is the engine behind that? What is the infrastructure and what is our role? What are the capital markets engineers? What are they really doing behind this to make it a safe place? Yeah. Thank you very much to you and all your teams. Very exciting to learn about that.
Thank you very much, and I can only pass it on to the teams who are really passionately working every day on our function. Thanks a lot, Stephan.
Thank you.